You can call yourself a champion, but if the belt don't look right, you're not one. So we're going to break down the top 5 championship titles of all time. Stick around, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is Triple Threat Wrestling. Welcome back to the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. We drop daily wrestling content. MVP and I have the pleasure to break down the top 5 beautiful designs of championship titles. And I'm very excited to get into it. And I hope you don't take any of mine, but let's dig into it. How you feeling, MVP?
Well, isn't it a great day to be here alive on a Sunday morning in Chicago? I messed that up, but I'm doing good.
Long story short, I'm good. Good. I'll go first. And I'm going to go first and pick my favorite title of all time. We're just going to kick things off. And if you agree, drop it in the comments. If you don't agree, drop it in the comments. I don't know territory titles, but my number 1 is going to be the Winged Eagle title. This is prime championship title design. And we all can agree, all the listeners can agree, when you think of the title pictured right here. I just switched gears because I'm mirrored. You think of Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think of anyone else. You could say Hulk Hogan, but you're lying.
Well, Hulk Hogan was actually the first person to hold this belt.
Yeah, but it's not who comes to your mind, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let me break it down like Roman Reigns. If anyone out here saying it's the Winged Eagle reminds them of Hogan and it's not Bret Hart, they're lying.
No, I do, though. Bret Hart on the turnbuckle kissing the title.
Yep. He was a champion with that title. He looked like a champion.
But then I also see Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Second to Bret Hart.
Boyhood Dream. And then I see Stone Cold Steve Austin, who might actually be the last person to hold it.
He is. I think he only held it for like a week before they brought in the other title, the new
the Big Eagle.
The Big Eagle one, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 1, Winged Eagle. What else you got to say?
Well, initially I never thought much of that title or the Big Eagle. For me, the circular design never really said world champion to me, so I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
But then bringing it back for what was supposed to be a one-night deal, which now turned into you have to unhook it in the ladder match to be champion. When they brought it back, it looked so majestic, looked beautiful, and I'm like, okay, now it can be on my list because I really didn't think much of it. But then you see the current guys holding it, Cody, Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens continued to hold it. It's a very nice belt.
My favorite thing is that, it's like Kevin Owens is actually acting like he's a champion with it.
Yeah.
Because he even told Sami Zayn last week, hopefully you win the Royal Rumble and you can challenge me for this thing. And it's like, what? But, I love it.
My number 1, and I've always thought this about this belt. I thought it was the best looking belt ever. Still do. Big Gold.
I like that.
Big Gold. When I think of World Heavyweight Championship.
Cross that off. Go ahead.
When I think of World Heavyweight Championship and I see somebody holding Big Gold, I think that is a prize to fight for.
Oh, yeah. I'll even take on David Arquette for it.
Ha! Yeah. Whoa. No, so I think Ric Flair. I think Hogan. Um, I think Hogan. Uh, DDP wore it twice. Sting, Luger, Big Gold. That's my number one.
All right. Thanks for taking mine. But I'm going to take one that I'm sure you have. And my number two, my second favorite championship of all time, the White Strap Intercontinental Championship, is beautiful. Look at it. It's pictured right here. I'm going to put it right there in my post production so you guys can see just how gorgeous it is. The White Strap Intercontinental Championship is, I do like the black strap one, but the white one just feels different. And Cody Rhodes brought it back.
Yep, I was gonna mention that.
Yep. And it's just a beautiful championship. I didn't like the yellow one. I didn't like the yellow one that, like, I think Razor Ramon brought in when he fought Shawn Michaels championship for championship. I like the white strap, but it's just a beautiful championship. It feels like a true mid-card championship, like you're second to the world heavyweight champion. But yeah, I love her too.
My number two is the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. 10 pounds of gold.
It's I'll cross that off too. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
So when I think of that title, I think of Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
And then I think Harley Race. I think Ric Flair. And then TNA had the NWA distinction for a while, and so that title was being defended in TNA. And Christian Cage got to hold that title. Kurt Angle. It's a little on the smaller side as far as belts go, but just the prestige of it, it lands on my number two.
No argument on my side. Unless you're from Territory Days and you want to argue with us. I will run that joke into the ground.
Well, you know what? I actually think that title could have been defended in the territories.
We're moving up in the world. My number three is going to be one that you said you don't like. But I like it.
Okay.
The Big Eagle Attitude Era Championship. Who do you think of when you think of that championship? Is it the same as me?
I think of Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H.
The first thought for me right away, just looking at the belt, Triple H.
Okay.
Second thought is the feud between Undertaker, Kane, and Stone Cold. When there was like the first blood match and all that for that championship. Yeah. That's what I think of second. But then The Rock and so forth. But it was a good championship look. I mean, it was more modern than the Winged Eagle. Definitely a downgrade from the Winged Eagle, in my opinion. But it still was nice. It moved with the times. First time in many years that it was changed. And Stone Cold is one that ushered it in. He ushered that in. So, but I do like the design. I mean, the design's not bad. They had a couple variations of it. But I do like it.
It's a big circle.
Yeah, but I do like it. It's good. So that'll be my number three, Big Eagle Attitude Era Championship.
My number three is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh.
Now, the version I'm talking about was in the 90s, and the first the person I saw holding it, defended it on WCW television, was Scott Norton from the NWO. And this belt, it looked like a crown. It looked like a big crown. Nowadays, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship looks like a big shield, and I do say that. I guess you can put that in my honorable mentions. The current one that one still looks beautiful, but the one in the 90s, I thought that was a very unique design. I was very intrigued by it. Unfortunately, didn't get to see it that often because, you know, Norton was part of NWO, and
Yeah.
all the B teamers of the NWO, they were all fighting for TV time. So unfortunately, you rarely got to see him, especially wearing the belt.
Yeah.
But I just at a young age that it caught my attention, just that design, and I really like it. That IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That's my number 3.
Okay. My number 4. Oh boy, I really hate to give AEW any kind of credit, but they know how to make a championship title because the AEW title is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Oh yeah.
gorgeous. It might be, oh, Tony. It might be my favorite championship design right now.
Really?
It might be my personal favorite. It isn't a argue me in the comments if you want, but it is. You know, I think so. I think so. Secondary for me right now. I mean, I do like the world heavyweight title in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the AEW one. It looks nice, man. It looks like a champion's belt, you know.
It does.
But yeah, AEW. You get 1 point from me after all these podcasting years. You get 1 point.
My number 4 is the WCW United States Championship.
Oh man, hang on. I'll cross that out too. That's a gorgeous one.
I think of Sting. I think of Lex Luger. Not quite as impactful of a stepping stone title as the Intercontinental title, but it pretty much did the same thing. It was close.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Goldberg be double champion for a night, and then he had to relinquish the U.S. title.
I think of Goldberg with that title.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Okay. The design, it's I guess not a lot of people are too fond of the blocky style title belts. I liked it.
Yeah. I did too.
So WCW US title is my number 4.
My number 5 is a title that it might have been on one occasion, but it wasn't meant to be all the time. It was defended maybe once, maybe twice, even though it wasn't a real championship. But the $1 million belt is stunning. It's stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, because it's like, you know, like a link, like kind of like chain link, like a watch or something. It just fits around your shoulder just so nice. And
oh, you've got to hold the title?
No, but it looked good on TV. But you know, it looked good, and it fit nice on whoever was carrying its shoulder, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like, no pun intended, $1 million is what it probably was worth. It looked like it was expensive.
Floyd Mayweather's favorite belt.
Yeah. It was. But yeah, that is my number 5, the $1 million championship.
My number 5, very unpopular opinion. I guess you can call this a hot take, but I love this belt. It's the only one I own today. WWE spinner belt.
There we go. That's a good one.
I've always been a fan of it, as gimmicky as it is. But you see other people around that time range was holding that time. That title was the symbol of excellence for a short or long amount of time, however you perceive that. But I was a big fan of the spinner title. When he debuted, I was so hype, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna get that title, and then I did.
Which, by the way, I've beaten you for. I have carried that championship once in my career. I even held it during a promo that I can't find on YouTube anymore. But you know what I like about that title is that it was versatile, that it fit other people's needs. Like Rated R Championship ended up being a spinner belt, you know.
Okay.
And when the Miz carried it, I love that he locked it upside down, so it's like the M.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was very good thinking. It was awesome, but yeah, the spinner belt is a good one.
Awesome. Okay.
That is our top 5 championship designs of all time. If you agree, put it in the comments. If you don't agree, put it in the comments. If you want to say hi, put it in the comments. You can see a trend here. I'd like to see your feedback. So, MVP, it's been real as always, and we will see you on the next one.